Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly wrap up at Pages and Projects with Patrice. I'm Patrice. Thank you for joining me this morning. This might end up being a short video because I honestly didn't finish much this week. I did a little bit of this and a little bit of that and watched a whole lot of soccer. So that's the way this week was. Anybody else watching the World Cup? I'm pretty sure there's other households besides our household watching. I don't have a country. My husband is all England, 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 England. But it's something. After today, Sunday, I think today is the last day of the 48, and then we're into 32, and then it goes down to 16 and 8 and so forth until somebody wins. So it's all soccer around here. Project wise, the only thing I did this week, I worked on my coffee cup. It is progressing. It's looking more and more like a little coffee cup. It's cute. I like it. I kind of wish the colors were a little bit brighter instead of the reds and the greens and the darker blues, but it's cute. It'll be cute. There's the finished project. That's what it's supposed to look like when it's all done. That's the only projecting I did this week at all. I did dig out because I wanted something to hold up when I do spoilers with the books. I did dig out my little owl bookmark, which I think this guy is absolutely adorable, and I am all about my owls. I love owls. So this is going to be my spoiler bookmark whenever I'm talking about something that's a spoiler for a book. So I have something specifically for that. Let's see. The only book I finished this week was Too Old for This by Samantha Dowling. It was good. It was a thriller, chiller, more I guess a thriller. I liked it. I thought I had read. Let's see how I do this. There we go. I thought I had read other Samantha Downings, but I looked at her back canon and I didn't see anything I read before. So I think this is probably my first Samantha Downing, and I would read her again. This is really good. It's about. I suppose I should hold this up, right? It's about a retired serial killer. She's kind of funny, Lottie. I loved Lottie. She has to take her ibuprofen before she can move dead bodies around and whatnot. And so she decided this is just too much work, and I'm going to retire. I'm not going to murder people anymore. But a young woman shows up at her house who wants to start making a docu series about people who've been accused of murdering people. And Lottie said, "Oh, I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to be in that at all." And the young woman said, "Well, I'm going to make it anyway, whether you like it or not." And that's where the story, that's where the story revolves from. So it is dark humor. I will say it has a lot of funny bits, but it's dark humor. There are some gory parts. I liked it. 5-star read for me. I will definitely read more Samantha Downing in the future. It was good. I liked it. It was an easier. It was a quick read. And then I started this, The Children by Melissa Albert. And I think this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be horror, but a little weird. I'm only about 15 pages in because this is one I'm reading with my eyeballs and the print is tiny. And so just maybe 20 pages a day or so and to work my way through. But it is about an author who writes macabre children's books, and she passes away, and it has to do with, I guess, the strange happenings around her children or her house or something like that. I really haven't gotten into it yet, but it is really good. Let me see if I can. I think I saved a part. Let me see. I just thought this was brilliant. This is on page 8. It's not a spoiler. It says, "The children who grew up on these books and reread them later often say the same thing. These are darker than I remember, crueler, stranger, more haunted by longing and loss. All good children's books are." I'm like, "Oh, okay. This might be a good read for me. I like the macabre." And then, last but not least for books, as of Friday, we should have finished The Giver Stars by Jojo Moyes. And I'm really thrilled to say that I ended up liking the book. It took a while. I was very disappointed in the beginning because it took so long for this book to get going, but I did end up liking it. It's probably a 4-star for me, not a 5. It took too long to get going, and then at the end I feel it wrapped up much too quickly. It was like probably within 40 or 50 pages. It just wrapped everything up with no explanation. It's just like, there you go, done. Jojo Moyes is a bit of a hit or miss author for me. This is the first historical fiction I've read by her, so that might be it. I don't know. Um, if anybody read it, what did you think? It's not a new book, so maybe you read it a few years back. I did find it interesting. This is the one that was compared to the book Woman of Troublesome Creek, and the beginning parts of the two books are so similar. It's beyond weird. But then once the stories get going, they are pretty different. But the first part are so similar. You just do have to wonder what went on there. But it was good. I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm afraid I might talk myself out of a 4 star down to a 3 star. Primarily because it took so long to get going and then it wrapped up so quickly. It's kind of off balance, but okay, I'm gonna pick up my spoiler owl. There's my spoiler owl. Spoilers coming. Okay. Um, it was just too fast. Everybody went off at the end and was happy, and my favorite character was still Marjorie. Marjorie and Sven ended up together, married with a family, and Fred and Alice ended up together, and they were happy. And the other women that were in the library and pack horse librarian, they went off and had lives, and that's wonderful. But it's like so much was going on in the book. There were all kinds of things with the mining and all this bad stuff in Mr. Van Cleef, and then it sort of just disappeared. Like, okay, what's going on with that? And then Bennett, who never stood up to his dad, towards the end of the book, told Alice that he's going to fix things and so forth. And Alice said something like, "Well, your father won't listen to you," um, and he just like, "Oh yeah, he will," with no explanation. And I'm like, "Yeah, no, he won't, Bennett. He's never listened to you before. He's not going to listen to you now." And there were just different things. And then Margie was in jail, and she got out because the girls that were up the mountain, who never ever came down off the mountain, came down off the mountain and told the judge that they're this part got to me. This was just too simple. It was just too simple. Their dad, who was a bad guy, was the body that was found in the mountains, and Margie was accused of killing him. And like, well, no, he went out in the bad weather and he shouldn't have gone, and he probably fell down. Okay. And then this he was returning a book. He was returning Little Women, which I think is hilarious. And the judge said, well, if he fell down holding the book, could it have fallen on his face and damaged his face in some great way? And the doctor in the court said, yes. And I'm thinking it had to be an awfully big book to be doing. There were just so many things that were tied up so fast. It just kind of left me going, nah, it just, nah. So everybody was happy in the end. That's good. Things wrapped up too quickly. I didn't much care for that. It took too long to get going. I didn't much care for that. But it's a 4 star. It does have some interesting parts, truly, and then yes, it's good. So I'd be curious to know, anybody who read this, do you think like I think? Did you absolutely love it? Did you not love it? I'd love to know. I'm always curious. Comment below if you want to. I will answer comments. I see the comments and I will happily answer them. I did want to share, if I can find it now, the little postscript, because it is very interesting. Right there. So no spoiler there. But it says the WPA's Pack Horse Librarians of Kentucky program ran from 1935 to 1943. At its height, it brought books to more than 100,000 rural inhabitants. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing, up into the mountains. No program like it has ever been set up since. Eastern Kentucky remains one of the poorest and most beautiful places in the United States. I would be It's just sad. I There's no indication as to why it was stopped. I'm sure it had to do with money or perhaps politics or something, but it's just so sad that the people are cut off as much as they are. Even to this day, when you get up into the Appalachians, I mean, there are towns, little towns, and I don't know if they still say hollows, but they're still there, and the people are very much cut off even in 2026, let alone 1935. So yeah, it was good. That was our June 20, 2026 book. I already know what the July one is, and I will be back July 1st with a video announcing it. It's a big one. I was hoping for not a big one for July, but my spinner wheel felt otherwise, so we'll be doing that. Other than that, that is this past week. I only finished one book, well, two books, if you consider The Giver of Stars, but that's our monthly read. I worked on my craft. Nothing else has been going on. That's about it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy lives or you like more chatty bits, I will link my other channel in the description of this video. It's where I do my lives every Friday, 9 to 11 in the morning, my time, Central Time. Sometimes during the week, but it's rare. It's usually just on Friday. And other than that, thank you for watching. I'd love to know if you've been reading anything or if you've been crafting, if you had any other projects going on. Let me know down in the comments and like and subscribe. And I will see you again soon. Bye bye.